multiplicity, attributes, inheritance is required. So all these things, and we had seen different types of class model with attributes, without attributes, with inheritance, and with aggregation and composition. All these things in yesterday's class I had explained, right? So the last part of this class model is we are using a packages. So what is a package? A package consists of a group of elements, right? So it can be in terms of a generalization. So it can be in terms of a classes, association, generalization. So all these things come together with a common thing that we call it as a package. So what is the use of this packages? So when we are using these packages, what happens? We are trying to minimize the complexity of a particular model. So the entire package, since it consists of a group of all the classes which is being taken care with the respect to the other file, we are trying to use that in a particular model. That means whichever the concepts that can be repeated. So we are trying to import that to minimize the complexity of the program or a model. So which can help during the implementation. So when we are using a package, this package can be organized for convincing for a different purpose. Either it can be in terms of a drawing, or it can be in terms of a printing, and it can be in terms of a viewing. So with respect to different perspective, we are trying to use this packages to organize the contents. So when we are trying to use a package, there can be some restriction. That means we need to, whatever the, since the package consists of association also, we need to restrict this association into a single package. That means you cannot include more number of package for one single class model. So there should be at least one or two packages with respect to a single class model. So if you want to repeat with respect to the different packages, then what we need to do, we need to identify that has a sole connection, and it has to be distributed among it. It should be distributed as a two or more different packages. Say for example, if you are taking a file management system, so a file can be a cut point between a directory structure and a file content. That means what? You have a directory. Within that directory, you have a subdirectory, and within that subdirectory, we have a file where the file is going to carry the content. Similarly, when we are using a package consists of all these classes. Generalizations will be there, associations may be there, so all these things. So when we are looking in terms of an individual package, so these individual package will tell you a different description how the contents are being taken care. So that is how we are trying to use a package. So the next thing is we need to take care when we are trying to use a package. We need to reduce the number of crossovers in a class diagram. That means when you are drawing an association, those associations should not cross over on each other in such a way that you need to draw the class diagram. And one more thing, when we are trying to use a reuse of when we are reusing a package, we need to avoid the forcing of it. That means we should not forcefully fit all the packages into a particular class model. Only if it is necessary, if it suits that particular problem definition or particular problem, then only we need to choose a package, and that has to be adopted. So in a ATM example, what we have taken, we can break we have a different classes, right? So the class can be our entry station, transaction, remote transaction, bank, account, consortium. So these are the different classes that we are trying to have. So what we can do, all these classes can be combined into a one particular packages. So depending upon a type of operation, say for example, here we have taken a three different packages. So one is a tellers, one is a accounts, and one is a bank. So these are the three different packages. So when you say a package, that package consists of a class, as I told you already, right? The tellers can have a cashier, entry station, cashier station, and a ATM. That means we need to have a ATM machine. So that ATM machine should be located in a particular location, and it should dispense a cash. So that cash, whatever it has been dispensed from that particular station, so that has those details has to be entered with respect to the cashier. Next, what we have is an account. So when it comes for an account, we can have a different classes like account, cash card, card authorization, customer transaction, update, cashier transaction, and a remote transaction. So when you say a account, so all these classes are related to the accounts class. So why don't we that together, and why don't we put up as a package? So that what happens, the complexity of the entire class model can be reduced. So here what happens, when a customer want to make a transaction, he should have an account related to a particular bank. So to make a withdrawal, he need to have a cash card or a debit card. So when he is having a cash card or a debit card, he should have a card authorization which will be given by the bank. Next, customer transaction, on which day, what type of transaction that a customer has done, so how much amount he has done, all these things has to be maintained. Then once the transaction is being made by the customer, the same thing has to be updated, what type of transaction, when it was done, all these things has to be updated to make a consistency between a bank consortium or a central computer and the bank computer. Then what we have a cashier transaction and a remote transaction. So what are the different types of transaction, and the cashier entry has to be taken care, and where the remote transaction has been done. All these details has to be provided. So that can be put up as all this class can be combined as a one particular package called as a account. So next, when it comes for a one more account, that is a bank. So in a bank, what we are considering, we are considering two things. So one is a consortium, one is a bank. So the consortium is composed of different banks. As I said, the consortium will identify each and every bank with its bank code. So whatever the bank codes are there, all the bank codes will be combined together to make a one consortium. So this consortium and a bank will be made up as a one particular package, which we are calling it as a bank. So these are the steps. So whatever till now I had discussed, it is a these are the steps in constructing the class model. So in a domain analysis, there are 9 different domain class model. There are 9 different steps. So out of so all these things is being covered. So this grouping of classes is a last step of construction. Last step in a construction of a domain model. That means how to use a packages when we are trying to build a class model. So how the package should look like. So this is AITM case study is an example. So in a domain analysis, domain modeling, we have the other two modeling. So one is a domain state model and one is a domain interaction model. So domain state model indicates that so how the activities are carried on within a life cycle. That means in a state modeling, we have a life cycle. So when the events are going to start, when the events are going to end, that is between an initial state and a final state, what are the different states, or which are the different events that can be executed, that we are trying to observe with respect to the state modeling. So when we are using this, so the different states can be, various states can be identified through the um, domain class models. That means depending upon the names of a class, we are trying to fetch how the how the state model has to be developed. So there can be a different constraint. So in a class model, we have seen the attributes, attribute values, associations, multiplicities, and different states. So all the different operations. So all these things may be invoked based on a behavior of an operation. So while constructing a state model, so we need to use this class model to observe the behavior of an object and how these objects are going to take a how these objects are going to resume with respect to the different states. So what are the different events and how the transition from one state to another state is going to happen when an event is going to take place. That we are trying to observe with respect to the domain state model. So to there are some steps that has to be performed in construction in constructing a domain state model. That means whenever we are trying to model with respect to a state modeling in a domain, so what we need to do, we need to identify some of the following steps. So the first step is identify the classes with the states. Now, as I said, we have we have we need to try to identify the different states. So how do we identify the different states? So first we are preparing a static model. Our class model is a static model, and we are trying by using a brainstorming or by using a uh, restrictions, we are trying to identify what are the different names of the class. So we are trying to add the attributes, association, everything we are trying to do it, and we are constructing the class model. So once the class model is being developed, so what is the next thing when we are trying to develop a state model, this state model has a distinct life cycle. So all the states will be extracted, will be examined through the list of the domain classes, whatever the names of the classes that we have identified. So through that life cycle of the classes, we are trying to identify. So how we are going to characterize? So by using a progressive history, or by using a or by exhibiting the cyclic behavior. That means when we have developed a class model, so how the objects are being invoked, how the operations are being called, so how this model is going to work. So by using the analysis of that, we are trying to prepare a different states. So that we are calling it as a life cycle. So here one example that we can take is airline cycles. So when we go for a airline cycles, it can have a different stages. So one can be a mission, one can be a maintenance, one can be a loading, flying, and unloading. So here what happens before flying a flight? So what happens? It will be maintained. The flight must be cleaned, and if any repairs are there, so they are going to check for any repairs. So after doing all these things, they are going to load all the luggages. After loading the luggages, so when the flight is being given a time, so at that particular time, what happens? The flight is going to departure. Then after reaching the destination, whatever the luggages are there, all these luggages are being unloaded and it will be sent to the itinerary. So that is how the process is going to happen. So this is what we call it as a life cycle. So if we are going to consider with respect to an accounts as an example, so here what happens when we are taking a account as an example, this account can also have a progressive and cycling different problem statement. That means what we have a account before having an account. What we need to have, we need as a customer, what we need to do, we need to open an account in a bank. The customer gets a account number. So once the customer gets an account number after opening, so he will perform a transactions. So either it can be a deposit or it can be a withdrawal. Okay, so again that will be updated. Say for example, there can be one more cycle where the account will be opened. So after from the account, opening of an account, it can move to the transaction. So from the transaction, it will identify with respect to the suspects or a fraud. If anyone has stolen a cash card, then what happens? You are trying to block the ATM card and you are trying to suspend an account. So these are the different states that are going to take care. So that we need to observe, and how why the accounts has to be suspended. So we need to find out the reason. So that is how we are trying to analyze, identify the different states. That is opening, closing of an account, suspension of an account, and detecting the fraud. So all these things are what? These are the different types of states. So these states will behave depending upon a external environment. So what type of stimuli it is going to force, what type of events that it is going to force. So depending upon that particular state will be executed or it will be transited. So the next step is finding the states. So when it comes for finding the states, what we need to do, we need to list all the states for each class. Say I said account is a class. So for account class, what are the different possibilities of a account class? Opening of an account, closing of an account, performing a transaction, right? Suspend the account if fraud detection. So all these things are different kinds of states that we are trying to identify. So whatever the states that we have identified, all the states will have its own characteristics where it is going to perform with respect to a object in each particular class. So whatever the attributes that we have listed in the class model, all this attributes will carry out its own value depending upon the behavior of an object and how the association and a multiplicity is going to participate with respect to a particular state. So that is how we are trying to identify the state. So when we are, whatever the states that we are trying to identify, it should have a meaningful name. It should be indicate some outcome should be carried out by that particular state. So in with respect to an ATM example, what we have some of the states. So such as it can be a when we are taking with respect to an account class. So we are what we are trying to do. We are trying to list out all the states, right? So there are four different states. One is a normal state. So normal state is nothing but a ready for normal access. So where the customer is continuously having a access to that account, he is making a deposit, withdrawal, fund transfer, whatever the activities are there. All the regular normal activities will be carried out, and it is being accessed by the customer. So that is what we call it as a normal state. So when it comes for a closed state, so with respect to the closed state by the customer, what we need to do, we need to identify the record of a bank. So why, what's the reason for closing an account in that particular bank? So maybe he might have opened another account, so he might have compiled that account, so he don't want to continue that account. right? Or he might have transferred to some other state or some other place. So he don't want to have, since he cannot have an access to that particular account, he may close that account. So there are various reasons for closing an account. So while closing an account, that whatever the records are there for the reason, that has to be identified. Next thing is overdrawn. So overdrawn indicates, so if it exceeds the balance in the account, so the customer has to maintain the minimum balance. If he is not trying to maintain a minimum balance, if he has drawn, say the minimum balance is 500 rupees, but out of so in his account, he is having a 1,000 rupees. He has drawn 600. So here, what happens? The criteria for maintaining the minimum balance is 500, but he has drawn 600. The remaining amount, the minimum the balance is 400. Since he is not maintaining a minimum balance, so what happens? It will take into the consideration that here the customer has overdrawn the amount. So it will move to the overdrawn state. Next is a suspended. So when the accounts can be suspended, so when the customer tries that someone is trying to have an access to his account repeatedly. So if he finds any fraud activities, then what happens? The customer can request the bank to suspend the account or to block that particular account. So that is one particular state how we are trying to identify. So next is finding the events. So for finding the events, what we need to do, event is nothing but the occurrence of any action at a particular point of time, right? Say for example, at 9 o'clock, the customer is going to the ATM and he is making a withdrawal. So making a withdrawal at 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. is an event that is going to happen. So after drawing, what happens? Since an event is being carried out, after drawing, whatever the balance amount is there, that balance has to be updated. So it causes a transition to execute the other event. So what happens once the event withdrawal executes, it will go for a updation. Okay, so that transition will occur based on a stimuli. What type of external forces are being put up? So depending upon that, what happens? It moves from one state to the another state, and we can also identify in a while carrying out an event. What we have a we are trying to use a keyword do activity. So when we are trying to use a do activity, so we are trying to insist. So what type of event that has to be occurred? Say for example, you are trying to insert a card. Once a cash card is being inserted into the machine, it will prompt for a user password. So if the user password is being wrong, then what happens? It should perform an activity. What type of activity? So since the password, whatever the PIN number that a customer has provided, since the PIN number is not matching with the card number, what happens? It has to take some activity. That means it has to it will go for a validation and it will say that this is not a the password is not matching. So that matching whatever the password that are not matching, so we call that as a activity that will be performed by a particular state. And with respect to a ATM example, we can have a different events. So these events can be closing of account, withdrawal of excess funds, repeated incorrect PIN, suspected fraud, and administrative action. Say close account, the customer can go to the bank and request that he don't want anymore that particular account. Okay. Next, withdrawal of excess funds. So as I said, overdrawn. So that has to be taken care. So if he is making a overdrawn, he should be sent a message that you have a less than a minimum balance, kindly maintain the balance, or whatever the instructions that are there, so that has to be put up on a customer. And next thing is repeated incorrect pin, right? So what happens when a customer, though he is a genuine customer, so what happens sometimes, if he forgets the PIN number, if he is trying to provide a PIN more than 3 times, then what happens, that account will be blocked. So it indicates that someone is trying to hack a particular account. So due to the incorrect PIN, what happens? The account may be blocked. So that will be, or it can be taken as a suspected fraud, because repeated combination of a PIN can lead to the access of a particular account by a different person, or who is not a genuine account holder. Next is administrative action. So when a customer is making any type of event, so what happens with respect to the event, that has to be taken care by the administrative action. So after finding the states and after finding the events, so the next step is we need to build the state diagram. So how do we build the state diagrams? So we are using a rounded rectangle. So in all the rounded rectangle, we are writing the names of the state, and we are writing what type of event is going to occur in that particular state. So to carry out from one state to another state, we need to use a transition. We need to identify after this particular state what is the next state that has to be executed, what causes a transition. All these things has to be identified. So that will be taken care with respect to the particular object. Okay. So after that, what we need to do, we need to identify what are the different transitions that are going to occur. So whether we need to include a condition. So based on that condition, whether that event is going to happen or not, all these things, targeted activities has to be taken care. So that is how we are trying to build the state diagram. So next, what we have is we need to evaluate the state diagram. So for this one diagram is there, just a minute. I am not included in here. Can you see this diagram?
No, ma'am.
No. Wait, just a minute. Stop sharing this. Now, can you see the diagram?
Yes, ma'am.
So, so in this diagram, what we are using, we are trying to create a state model for only the class called as an account. So with respect to this diagram, what we are trying to use, we are trying to identify the different states, right? So I have listed a different states. So one is a normal state, one is a closed state, one is a overdrawn, and one is a suspended. So here what happens? So after opening an account, initial state is opening an account. So from the open account, what happens? It will move to the normal state. So when it comes for a normal state, so what happens? You can see either after some particular days, so the customer can close the account. So if he insists to close the account, then it will move to the closed state. Or else what happens? Here you can see the overdrawn state. So from the normal state, so what happens? It will move to the overdrawn state. So if he is drawing an excess amount on a particular day, then from the overdrawn state, so what happens? It will come back to the normal state and it will say that deposit a sufficient funds. That means I gave an example, right? Customer has a 1,000 rupees in his account, he is drawing a 600, but he need to maintain a 500 rupees minimum balance. So now what happens? It will say that the amount is overdrawn since the minimum balance is not maintained. So that notification has to be sent to the customer. So from the overdrawn state, it will say it will come to the normal state once the customer deposits into the bank. So after coming back to the normal state, so either it can move to the suspended state. So why it can move to the suspended state? Because of the various reasons. So one can be a suspected fraud. So the person who is not a authorized person of a, who is not an authorized card holder. So if is trying to pop up all the details in that particular case, so what happens? The bank can identify that it is a suspected fraud and the account can be suspected, and there can be a administrative action for suspending the account. Say for example, if the customer is not using his account for more than 6 months, so the account moves to the suspended state, which will be given by the administrator. Next, what happens? We have a repeated incorrect PIN. So if the customer is providing the incorrect PIN for more than 3 times, so what happens? The account goes to the normal state to the suspended state. So from the suspended state, again it can move to the normal state depending upon the action taken by the bank. So that is how we are trying to represent a state model for building the state model. So next, what we have is a evaluation of a state diagram. So once the state model is being constructed, what is the next step? We need to evaluate that. So whether whatever the state that we have identified, whether it has a particular path. So whether all the states are being connected, whether there is an initial from the initial state to the final state, whether there is a whether there exists a particular path. So if not, so how you can change the path, and whether that particular path is going to have a cyclic axis. So all these things has to be identified. Then other than that, we need to identify whether there is any missing paths. So if there is a missing path, we need to indicate why there is a missing path. That has to be reconnected again. So that is how we are trying to evaluate the state diagram. So any doubts with this?